Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember the Russians just sent a frigate, the newest vessel with Zircon hypersonic missiles, guided missiles? Remember? They just Putin went and said yes and threw the champagne on it, broke it, remember? There was a week or so ago, and he let it go around NATO countries. Well, the first one is UK, and UK is a little bit stressed because having those hypersonic missiles on board, they don't know exactly what kind of heads they have. And not only that, but being hypersonic, they cannot touch them. I'm talking about the Brits or the Americans or whomever. So what the Americans are doing are just monitoring this frigate going around and around and around the North Sea and around UK and the international waters, and they are just waiting like sitting ducks. So let's see what's going on here. This article comes from Sputnik and it is from today, the 11th of January 2023. UK Royal Navy tracking Russia's Admiral Gorshkov frigate in North Sea. HMS Portland, a frigate of the United Kingdom's Royal Navy, was monitoring the Russian guided missile frigate Admiral Gorshkov and accompanying tanker Kama, while the vessels were sailing in international waters close to the kingdom's borders, the Royal Navy said on Wednesday. They can't do shit. All right. I mean, I don't think the Russians will do anything anyway, but you have them right there. HMS, and I'm quoting, Portland is monitoring the Russian guided missile frigate Admiral G and accompanying tanker Kama as they sail international waters close to the UK. The Type 23 frigate joined the Norwegian Coast Guard vessel Bergen as the Russian ships transited south through the Norwegian Sea, end quote, the service said. And I'm quoting again. Portland, with her specialist Merlin helicopter. Why do I say that? What is the helicopter gonna do against the Zircon missile? But anyway, gotta make people feel safe, I guess. So Portland, with her specialist Merlin helicopter, embarked, both equipped with cutting-edge sonars, sensors and torpedoes for specialist operations, is tracking and reporting on the movements of the Russian ships through the North Sea, end quote. You know what's interesting? These guys are following this around like a dog in heat. The problem is, why nobody followed those guys who blew up Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines under the Baltic Sea? Why not? We didn't find out who did it. We know who didn't, but we know who is there, like, not me, I'm not, what? Yeah. The Romanians have that saying, you're quiet like the pig in the cornfield. I mean, you're eating over there, you do something illegal, and you keep, you don't say, wait, you don't say anything, because you know you're doing something wrong. The same here. The perpetrator, we don't know who that is quiet somewhere. Something like that. But we all know. Why? Because we don't find out. It's like the Kennedy. We don't, yeah, it's Oswald. Yeah, okay. But we keep those, how do you call them, frozen over there. We don't release any more paperwork to find out who's who, what's what. Anyway, let's see what these guys are doing here. Commander Ed Moss Ward, the commanding officer of Portland, said in a statement that, and I'm quoting, escorting warships in UK territorial waters and the adjacent sea areas is routine activity for the Royal Navy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just routine. He added that the Royal Navy's presence and visibility ensures compliance with maritime law and deters malign activity to protect the kingdom's interests. Makes me laugh. All right. Escorting the Russian tank task group alongside forces from our NATO allies has demonstrated the UK's commitment to the alliance and to the maintaining maritime security. Nah, I don't think I'm still safe with you guys around, just saying. End quote. The commander was quoted in the statement. Russian President Vladimir Zelensky. Putin said in mid-December that the Admiral Gorshkov frigate, equipped with advanced hypersonic cruise missiles Zircon, would be put in operation in early January. He added that it was planned to continue equipping Russia's strategic forces with the latest types of weapons. Now this guy, the commander here, the Royal Navy commander, right, said, commanding officer, Ed Moss Ward, commander, he says that this routine is routine. Yeah, boy, it's routine in normal circumstances. Do you consider the current circumstances normal? Do you consider those normal? Huh? I don't think so. Why? Why do you think I don't know normal, Ed? Because your relationship with Russia, there's non-existent. On the contrary, you're right like this, both of you, first, okay? Secondly, there's a war in Ukraine and you're supporting that and you're actively helping the guys that are fighting, those guys who circle you around right now, all right? Other than that, they have, the Russian frigate has Zircon hypersonic missiles that you don't even, if they start going towards you, you don't even know what's coming, when it's coming. Okay, and then Zircon, I think, can have nuclear warheads. Did you know that? So I don't think that's normal circumstance, Commander. I understand you try to take it easy, everybody, stay seated, everything is under control. No, there was not an explosion. It was my neighbor farting, okay? All right, we know what we heard. So the same here. You're telling us that everything is just you know, a crazy Putin, nuclear weapons, newest frigate, Zircon, hypersonic, can't touch it. Honey, let's go to bed. I think that's the way the Brits are. I mean, there's no panic. I'm not saying this to make it anyway, because if it happens, it happens. We can't control it. Neither Commander Ed. You know, Moss, whatever, boss. Ed Moss, boss. So anyway, I think I'm better than Maya Angelou, am I? Or close. I just made a video on that value. So anyway, my friends, Russians are doing this to instigate and to create problems, obviously, and you know, have a lot of people lose sleep. And if you think they're not losing sleep, I think you're mistaken. I think there are a lot of people in the UK command, hey, are you not cooperating here? They are losing sleep, I'm talking. And I said, no, they're not losing sleep. Maybe I need to go to bed or something. Anyway, in this case, it's dangerous. You don't know the mission of those guys. You don't know what's in those hypersonic missiles, in the warheads. I mean, missile heads or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's something that I rarely see the Russians do. Not rarely, but when they started sending their strategic bombers around Alaska and all that, they did in response. Remember, the Russians stopped doing those missions after 1993 or something, after the collapse of Soviet Union and so on. They stopped. They didn't send their strategic nuclear bombers around anywhere, Alaska, you know, on their regular routes or whatever. The Americans never stopped. Their patrolling never stopped. And then the Russians, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so, not even, Putin said, let's put them back on. What the hell? If these guys are doing it, why not? So it was like a response to these things. Now this frigate going over there with all those things, I think with sending arms to Ukraine. And by the way, the UK just said, yeah, we're going to send tanks to Ukraine. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are thinking what I think, but I don't think the Russians will do anything. They don't need a frigate to go over there. I mean, why would you know? Like a guy said, an idiot, right? He said, we don't have even to hit the island. That's what he said. Remember, about 5 months ago, he said it was a on TV something. He said, we don't have to hit the British Islands. Just a nuclear bomb somewhere in the vicinity will create a tsunami that will wipe it. And I was, okay, I guess. You know what I mean? And I remember when Colonel Lebed at that time, if you remember Colonel Lebed, if you don't remember him, just read about him. He died in an accident with a helicopter somewhere in Vladivostok or somewhere in Siberia anyway. And it was an accident. He was, all right, that's what happened with Lebed. And Lebed said that all that island needs, talking about Great Britain, is one missile. That's all, and it's done. So he said, I'm not talking to them. It's just one missile, one target, one missile. Psst. Anyway, I know it's tough talking and so on, but I think it's just interesting to know how certain people really see certain situations and they're real about it. I mean, Lebed was not like joking like I am, or, you know, blah, 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 blah. No. The guy was, if he could, he would, you know, but right now he's talking to St. Peter's and who knows up there, you know, saying, can I come in? No, come on, man. But if I send you one missile, can I come in? Thank you. I mean, heaven is one missile too, isn't it? I don't know how big that is, but they say it's big because a lot of people fit in it. Plus the angels and the... Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.